we'll talk about this Majora's Mask fan film while it's still relevant and Nintendo hasn't struck it from the internet.
Yeah, I'm surprised that like you can even still read about it on the internet.
Right. Well, the more publicity it gets, the quicker it's probably going to be taken down. I found this on Facebook Trending today, and also all over Facebook. There was a fan-made CG film for Majora's Mask that is gorgeous. I mean, it's almost like... Oh, excuse me, that's the pumpkin nog. Oh, man. The animation in it is, I'd say, on par, if not almost better, than some of the DreamWorks/Pixar stuff that's out there. Because, you know, with DreamWorks and Pixar, they still keep, like, that cartoonish look to things. They just, like, 3D animate it. This one looks like the texturing, like, there's a part where the Skull Kid is, like, jumping around in the woods, like, and they show, like, him touching leaves, and the leaves are moving, there's dew falls off of it, the grass he's walking on comes back up and goes down as he steps on it, like, there's an immense amount of detail in the scene. And then, like, the Happy Mask salesman's walking through the woods, and you see the woods moving, and, like, the trees and flowers and all that, and I'm just like, Nintendo, in all honesty, if you're not gonna do it, if you don't want to be bothered, call this guy up and say, hey, just go with it. Yeah. We will pay you what you need to be paid. Make it. We'll put it out. We'll make tons of... Because it's like, honestly, you put out the Super Mario Brothers fucking movie. And that's it. Yeah. Like, it's just because you fucked up once. It was the 90s. There wasn't a lot of good things in the theaters then. Just because you fucked up once doesn't mean you can't try it again.
Yeah, and there's a really good mini documentary about the Mario Brothers movie by the gaming historian on YouTube that's worth checking out. So you can see what a train wreck that movie was.
But this here is, when I watched it, I was expecting, oh, well, you know, they probably did just like a quick, like 1 minute thing where like it was like a demo kind of thing.
I was expecting really jerky movements, some things not animated, like instead of walking, it just kind of floats across the screen and shit like that.
I was not expecting voiceover.
No.
I was not expecting the Happy Mask salesman to have a voice and that laugh.
And it sounded appropriate.
Yeah.
You know, because like you've never heard these characters talk.
No.
And when they gave him the voice, it was like, that's kind of what I pictured him to sound like. Even the Skull Kid, like noises the Skull Kid made, I'm like, yeah. I buy this, you know? Why the fuck not? Honestly.
I know when it was done, I wanted more.
Yeah. I like how they kind of like even gave the mask like this, because there's the scene where the Happy Mask salesman's at a fire, and he's like looking at it, and it's just kind of like overtaking him, and he passes out. I'm like, good, because in the games they didn't show shit like that. It was just like the mask, you just got it, and it gave you powers. It wasn't like, you know, the ring, where you just have it in your possession and it drives you crazy. Right. Like, that's a good add-on. That shows some depth to the fucking thing. And it's just such a shame because, you know, when I watched this video and I went into the comments all said the same thing. This is great while I can watch it.
Yep.
It's gonna be, Nintendo's gonna slap this faster than a wife that doesn't pay attention to him. Like, that was one of the comments.
Thanks, Internet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the most gorgeous place you could visit. It's like, oh, I want to go on a vacation. Let's go to the Internet.
Yeah.
I heard it's extra salty this time of year. But, yeah, I honestly, like, take a look at it, how, like, when Capcom, when there were those guys that were making the Resident Evil 2 fan game, like redo, and they were like, you know, they asked them to stop it, but they're also like, what you're doing's really good work, and we want you on our team to help us make it just like this.
Right.
So they're like, stop making it with that and come over here and make it with the best tools available. And I feel like Nintendo should take a book from that. They should just be like, you know, you took our properties and made a movie, you know, you probably shouldn't have done that, but what you're doing is better than any of us could do, which I'm sure it is. Fucking just let the guy make it. Give him some money. It's talent on display. Talent like that needs to be more in media than just like the couple people that are out there that know how to animate anymore.
Sure.
Because in all honesty, pencil animation is just dead.
It is.
Disney's hardly even using it anymore.
Yeah.
And even when they do, it's still just, it's computer cells that they create from a drawing. So it's just,
right.
You draw it once and then the computer's like, oh, this is what this character looks like running. And it's like, okay, well, that's easier than me actually working. So sure, let's do that. So, I don't know, give the guy a fucking shot. It's better. That 4 minutes of that is better than any video game movie I've ever seen. Put it that way. And that's 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Second is like the first Silent Hill, and that's really stretching it.
Yeah,
like,
they're way on different levels.
Yeah.
Way on different levels. Yeah, between this and that Metroid fan film.
That was pretty good,
pretty good, too. Like, Nintendo, come on now. I know you've been talking about getting back into this, but every time they do, they're like, oh, we're going to do another Mario movie. No. Nobody wants that.
We don't need another more. And as far as these movies go like this, the CG route is where you should go. Yeah. Because in all honesty, you can't take something like a Nintendo property, like Legend of Zelda, any of them, and put them with real people and make it look right.
No.
The closest you got was Bob Hopkins being Mario. Yeah. That was pretty spot on casting. Other than him not being Italian.
Yeah.
But he looked the part. And then you put fucking Leguizamo in there as Luigi. Anyhow, it just won't translate right. People have been waiting for these movies. Like, if you make it and you like make a Legend of Zelda movie and you make the costume and it's like the wrong color green, you will have people rioting in the streets. Yeah. It just won't work. Yeah. So CG is the way to go. For all of them. Like Metroid and CG, perfect. Mario and CG, that's the way you should do it. Go the Disney route with this. Mm-hmm. You had the properties that are family friendly. Make some more money out of them.
Absolutely.
That's...
You're dumb.
You're sitting on a pot of gold and not like digging into it going, I can spend this?
You're dumb not to even at least look into it.
Yeah.